Joining me now in studio live, Marty Williams, freedom fighter, ran for Congress, 3rd District, Virginia, against Bobby Scott, 2016. Put up a very respectable race. Marty Williams spent a long time as an officer of the law in Chesapeake, the last 2 decades of his career as the lead homicide detective in Chesapeake. Also was the senior person on the Chesapeake Planning Commission, and a very astute, very sage advisor that we have with us today. And Christie Newcraig, who is running for the Republican nomination for Commissioner of Revenue, school board member, past school board chairman, oversaw the biggest budget that Chesapeake has. And she is with us, and she is running in the June 13th primary for Commissioner of Revenue. She's the people's choice, the insurgent candidate, the freedom fighter, running against the Chesapeake handpicked cabal's candidate, fake Republican Frank King, who I've never seen at a meeting, never handed out a flyer, never made a phone call, never did anything, but they want him because they can control him. Christie, on the other hand, is controlled by the people. That's why we are for her. Christie, good to have you, and good timing. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. And just real quick, John, I just want to tell everyone if we could wish good luck, Godspeed. The Law Enforcement United Riders are heading to D.C. for the fallen. Mm-hmm. That's close to my heart. I was in law enforcement for 15 years. Marty Williams was in law enforcement a lot longer. I have a lot of friends riding in that race. I just want to wish them the best, safe travels, and that I'm praying for each and every one of them. And thanks for having me today.
Well, when you're campaigning for office, you got a June 13th primary and Mother's Day comes up. What do?
You honor the mothers. You honor all the women, whether they're aunts or friends or mentors, grandmas. I'm a yaya.
What's a yaya?
It's Greek for grandma. I'm Greek.
And your grandmother, right?
I am a
I've
grandmother.
Seen your
proud grandmother.
You got a whole bunch of them running
yes.
around your house.
And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Plus those dogs running around.
I have grand dogs and grand cats, absolutely. I will not do any political walking or calling or anything dealing with my campaign on Sunday. I'm going to honor the people that it should be honored, and I'm very strong on those values. And so I just want to wish everyone out there a happy Mother's Day. You don't have to be a mother by blood to be a mother.
Well, happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, John. I appreciate that.
All right. So give us an update on your campaign. You're feeling some momentum?
I am.
We got a rally plan. We got fundraisers. Tell us.
We got a couple fundraisers. We have one in Western Branch on the 25th of May. It's going to be a meet and greet at my home, and there'll be some more information on my website, ChristieForCommissioner.com, as well as on my Facebook from 5:30 to 7:30. There's going to be another fundraiser June 1st. The owners of Off the Hook out in Great Bridge, good friends of mine, supporters, wonderful supporters, along with Councilman Ike and his wonderful wife Brenda, are going to be hosting one on June 1st. And then we're going to have a rally the Sunday before the election, and I will get that information out later on. The main thing is I'm going out and meeting new people. People are calling, emailing, texting, hey, we want to sign, we want to support you. These are people I've never met. I have been in the city of Chesapeake working as a public servant for 30 years. There's a lot of people that I know. I've not been in hibernation and just came out to run for public office. I've been involved in the city for 30 years. And so I know a lot of people, and these are people I've never met before. And I'm so excited that they're joining my team, that they believe in me, that they do believe that experience and qualifications matter, and that I possess those. 30 years of diverse qualifications and experience, and I possess those. I'm going to be a hands-on commissioner, and I'm going to serve the people well. I'm going to be their taxpayer advocate and work for them.
If we ever needed a taxpayer advocate, it's right now, and I know you're going to do that. And look, I'm just excited that you had the courage to get in this race when I know you were threatened about they wouldn't back you for running for re-election for the school board, and you were blacklisted, and all of us that jumped on your campaign have been threatened. I've been trashed at meetings and whatnot, and it's really a shame. The only way you stop this bullying, and this is what this is political bullying. It's all it is. This is how they survive. The only way you stop the bullying is by standing up to it and defeating it. And that's what you represent. You are the iconic figure here in stopping the political bullying that's gone on in the Chesapeake Republican Party forever. And they're just upset that they haven't been able to bully you into submission like they have everybody else.
Absolutely. John, I have a strong work ethic, and again, I have 30 years of public service. I'm not going to back down. I believe the voters have a choice. That's what I'm giving the voters, a choice. You should have a choice who you want the voters want to be their next Commissioner of Revenue. And I believe I am the right choice. And I believe on June 13th that the people will speak, and I'll look forward to representing them as the next Chesapeake Commissioner of the Revenue.
Well, look, your campaign definitely has momentum. I talk to people all the time, and everybody I'm talking to is taking your signs. I have them in the back of my car. By the way, beautiful signs.
They
I love
are.
the color. Also, I got a bumper sticker. Marty Williams, you're on the Planning Commission. You ran for Congress. What are the stakes in this campaign?
Good morning. Good morning, John. It's a pleasure to be. It's always good to be here with the voice of Virginia, too. Thank you for doing that. I'm here supporting my good friend, Christie Craig. She is insurgency. Well, that's a good term because it takes guts. It takes a lot of fortitude to run for office, and I compliment her for doing that. We've been friends for 30 years, I guess. But
absolutely,
she and her family are great people. She'll make a great commissioner, tremendous commissioner, because she's focused on not the government. She's focused on the taxpayer. She's focused on the people she's going to represent, and I think most elected officials, more especially long-term elected officials, have lost touch with what they're supposed to be doing. Those who have been in office just don't get it anymore. I think it's evident by what's going on in Washington, what's been going on in Richmond with long-term delegates and senators, and also with long-term constitutional officers. And even those who have worked with those long-term constitutional officers have lost touch. And the examples are numerous. I mean, look at what's been going on in our Commissioner of Revenue. We have services we don't know about. Where's the tax relief? I mean, we have an estimated 28,000 senior citizens in our city, and less than 10% are taking advantage of tax relief. Why is that? I think the reason is because they don't know about it.
Oh, they don't get the word out.
The word is not out there because too many people are too busy advocating for the government. That's not what constitutional elected officers are supposed to do. It's supposed to be advocating for the taxpayers. The people are advocating for us. That's why I'm supporting Christie.
Well, I love the fact that you came on and said that you're running not as the collector of money, but as the taxpayer's advocate.
Absolutely.
And, those of us in business here in Chesapeake and other areas that have basically been shaken down in ways that it's not good PR, but you get no services. But if you owe $1, I mean, they're all over it. And we get you got to pay your bills. But I think there's a way to do this that I'm confident if you're in there, you're going to change it.
Absolutely. I am not running on endorsements. I'm running on new ideas and new leadership. I want to work with the people. I want to work with businesses. I want to work with just the regular taxpayer. I want to educate them on services that we have. I call them the best kept secrets in Chesapeake, like Appeals Day. And right now I think Chesapeake does it all year round. It's not very well advertised. It's not really on the website. But everybody by now has gotten their lovely personal property tax bills. I know I've gotten a slew of them. And what Appeals Day is, and like other jurisdictions, they will have a special day. They will advertise it. They will let the citizens know. You bring your personal property bill, you bring your vehicle, and you kind of drive up like a curbside service, and they will have staff that will look at your bill. They'll look at the mileage on the car. They'll look at the vehicle itself, damage, if there's damage. And at most of the time, they will end up lowering this person's bill. And these are the people that need that really need it. And so I want to offer Appeals Day throughout the city, Western Branch, Indian River, Great Bridge, Deep Creek, South Norfolk, a certain day once the bills come out, and we allow the people to come out, bring their vehicles, and let's see if we can help them. Again, I am a taxpayer advocate. I work for the taxpayer. I don't work for the city of Chesapeake, and I don't work for the government. I work for my citizens who elect me, and I am going to be their advocate, and I'm going to do everything I can to promote that on my website as the next Commissioner of Revenue, on my Facebook, anything I can do, because I think the citizens deserve to know what is available for them, and that's not being done.
Look, I've heard nothing out of the Frank King campaign about changing anything or engaging the taxpayers. I mean, they just want, look, basically, here's what the Chesapeake Republican Party did so everybody knows. They don't want choice. They don't want you involved. They don't want the voters to have to choose anything. Let them eat cake. They be damned. They just want to sit there, pick their candidates, get them elected their own way through power and intimidation, and then they tell them what to do, and then they shake them down. This is exactly what happens. This is a power base. Follow the money. Just follow it back. It goes right back to Shirley. This is how it happens. I'm going to say it on the air. If you run for office in this town, she basically picks the candidates, And then you have to run your campaign through her consulting company, which means she gets paid a consulting fee. She gets paid for the ad. She gets paid a percentage of this, percentage of that. And, it's a money-making machine. And so who loses? The voters have no choice. This is really the issue in this campaign. Besides that, you're a superior candidate. And I urge everybody in Chesapeake to, first of all, participate in the June 13th Republican primary if you're a Republican. If you're a Democrat, participate in the Democratic primary same day. But if you're voting in the Republican primary, I urge you to take a hard look at Christie New Craig for Commissioner of Revenue, because she's going to break up the cabal in there, and she's a voice of the people. She's a freedom fighter. You know what? We spend 4 hours a day here fighting for Trump and fighting against fake news. Do you know that when I became involved in the Trump campaign earlier, I was named co-chairman in basically the day he announced in Virginia? The first person who came forward was Christie New Craig, okay? And she said, look, a lot of people are going to get mad at me, but I got to do the right thing. She's been standing firm ever since. That's why I have so much respect for her. She'd be fabulous in this job. Marty, how do we win this race?
We win it by letting people know that they have a clear choice, a choice of an individual who's going to work for them, and a person that they know. I mean, Christie's been on the school board for years and years, and thank you for doing that.
Thank
but
you.
They know her record. They know her integrity. They know her. People do not know her opponent. He's been working in the same office, the Commissioner of Revenue, for 20-some-odd years, an office that really has not progressed as it needs to progress. The services they offer are like Christie said, they're secret, and that's not the way to do things. We need an open government. We need open officials. We need candidates and officials who are going to do the job for us, represent us. That's why I ran for Congress. That's why Christie's running for the Commissioner of the Revenue. She'll be an excellent commissioner, and she will serve the people of this city. The people of the city who need to be represented, and not just Republicans. She's going to represent Democrats and independents. It's going to be a wonderful race. It's going to be a hard-fought race. And I urge everybody, not only get the signs, but get your signs to other friends. Make sure your friend comes to vote on June the 13th. It's going to be a pivotal election for Virginia and for Chesapeake. And I think it's time to wake up people and say, okay, times have changed. We have a new president in the White House. We're going to have a new Commissioner of the Revenue. We're going to have a new governor. We're going to have new everything. And new sometimes is a good thing. And in this case, it's an excellent thing. I'm just looking forward to being able to vote for her and vote for the entire ticket in Virginia, being out on June the 13th. And I'll be working the polls. A lot of my friends will be working the polls because we need to get the message out there.
Well, we need poll workers for
yes, we need
Christie
poll workers
also. So if you want to be a poll worker, Christie, or get involved with your campaign, put up a sign, get a bumper sticker.
And poll workers 2 hours a day at the most. Come out 2 hours a day. See your friends at the polls.
Do they just go to your website?
They can go to the website, ChristieForCommissioner.com. They can email me at electChristieNewCraig@gmail.com. Or for Facebook friends, they can visit my Facebook, Christie New Craig, for Chesapeake Commissioner of the Revenue. Or give me a call at 757-434-3746. That's 757-434-3746. And I've received texts as well. I've gotten a lot of support. I've got a lot of people signing up to work the polls. It's important to them. They believe in me. And real quick, I want to just talk about this experience that's been going around. I do not have, for the record, a CPA degree or an accounting degree, but that's not a requirement for this office. Neither did the previous commissioner. He came in probably with less experience than I have, and he did a great job. Can things be done better after 34 years? Again, I think it's time for change. I think it's time for new leadership, new ideas, a new set of eyes. And I have the energy and I have the experience, and I've worked in Chesapeake for 30 years, out in the public. People know me. They know me by name. They know me by face. They know me by jobs. They know me as a past law enforcement officer, past Chesapeake Police Academy graduate, a past member of the Sorensen Political Leadership Program through the University of Virginia, past and present school board, vice chair, chairwoman, and 16 years in Richmond as Senator John Cosgrove's legislative director. I've got the experience, a diverse experience, to do this job. And all the contacts and all the experience that I have, I'm going to bring to Chesapeake. And let me tell you something. When I take office day one and I go up to Richmond to lobby, I don't have to learn that. I can walk right on into almost every office up in Richmond. I'm going to be lobbying for our city. I'm going to be lobbying for the Commissioner of Revenue's office. I'm going to be lobbying for the constitutional officers. I know all of those people that represent Virginia in the House, in the Senate, and in the governor's office, and in the lieutenant governor's office, and in the AG's office, and DMV commissioner, good friend of mine. I'm not going to need on-the-job training. I have that. I have the experience needed to be the next Commissioner of Revenue in Chesapeake. I'm looking forward to it.
Look, very well said. I think you're running a very spirited campaign. You got a lot of volunteers excited about it. And, I think one other thing I just want to mention that bothered me the other day is this is a Republican primary. So wasn't the official Republican Party supposed to stay neutral? Have they done that?
I was told that they were going to stay neutral, especially the executive committee.
Right,
I was told by the chairwoman, that they were going to stay neutral because it's a local race, and they didn't want to pick sides because we were both members. I mean, I've been there 19 years and actually worked for every elected official in Chesapeake. But yes, I was told that, and since then there's been an email that has been floating around that does not state that and kind of refers to me as the other candidate. I can't believe they forgot my name after 19 years of working in the trenches with every one of these people and electing them.
Who was the originator of that email?
I'm not sure. I think someone's going to come on and talk about that. I've tried to stay away from mentioning names because I'm running on Christie New Craig's qualifications and what I can bring to Chesapeake. But I believe that's going to be another day for another show, and I think Councilman Ike is going to be on discussing that with you. And it's definitely someone didn't tell the truth and told many people that they were going to stay out of it, but that's okay. Listen, I'm running in this election. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of a little email, or I'm not afraid that certain people are lining up against me. That's okay. That's okay. I'm running for the right reasons. I'm running to be the taxpayer advocate for the citizens of Chesapeake. I'm running to do the right thing for my city. Taxpayer advocate, candidate of the people. More information, ChristieForCommissioner.com. ChristieForCommissioner.com, and we'll be getting to you with further information. She's walking this weekend also. If you want to get involved in that, you can go to ChristieForCommissioner.com. We'd appreciate it.